People are going, okay, Michael, you say this and you say that. Where am I meant to look for my answers then? Give me some insights. How am I meant to, clean my psyche and do all of these things as if they want advice? It's like, I don't know. You create your own religion. That's the whole point. I'm trying to get you to create your own understandings, come to your own personal. But people don't even know what that means. They're so indoctrinated by what others have said, what others have created, what others have thought, that they have no conviction or confidence in. I'm talking about you. You dream it up. You create through your imagination and through what you have in your head. It's a mind and then you have a heart. Create something with that. Create your own worldview. Because that worldview will be, of course, based on elements of what others have done and others written, but it will be something you have created from within yourself. It hasn't been transposed or bought outside and then planted inside.
Exactly.
And even if that philosophy turns out to be very negative in the end, so it turns out to be something that's, not in any way correct, so be it. At least then that's a statement of who you really are. Better to know yourself. Better to know, are you truly a moral and pure person, or are you really some seething maniac?
Yeah, and
man will never know that unless he's given the freedom to really explore himself.
Exactly, and that also opens up for the opportunity to change oneself if you discover that you are something that you didn't like or whatever. There is also always the opportunity to develop and learn and to progress as a human being. That's how I see it anyway.
Exactly, but even before you get to that, what would happen if it did turn out that you were one of these people that had been an ancient soul who was nothing but a black soul who's still frequenting around here, playing the mask, to all intents and purposes looking wonderful on the outside, saying all the right things, belonging to the right religion, totally conforming, but really inside you're utterly reprehensible. This is something I deal with in the vampiristic stuff I do on vampirism. I don't want to get into it too much in this show, but just for a moment, just imagine that there is somebody that really is, I mean, we have people locked up. I mean, we know about these people, right? The serial killers, the murderers. There are such people who exist who have no good in them whatsoever, period, none. Okay, if you haven't been able to explore yourself and you don't know that you really are one of those people, but you're out there running around with this politically correct idea that you're going to fix the world, do then we understand why the world never gets fixed? In other words, if you're trying to clean a perfectly clean window with an oily rag and then wonder why the window never gets clean, I can give you a very simple answer to that. It's because you are the oily rag. So it's no good to just keep jump-starting people into, we have a responsibility to clean the world. Here, let me give you your rag. Here's your duster and here's your bucket. Let's all go like the frickin' 7 dwarves out there to clean the world.
Yeah.
No. The shaman goes, hang on a minute. Who the hell are you?
Yeah.
Let's open your skull and look inside you before we ever hand you the squeegee. Because you may not be somebody who can clean the world. You may be unclean. Yeah. And in fact, by having you as a Judas, as part of the group that might want to clean the world, if even that concept is understandable, you might be doing damage to those that you're working with. So we got a whole bunch of questions here that very much focus on the individual and who they are.
Yeah, indeed.
Now, Christianity is the perfect ruse. Orthodox religion is the perfect way of getting out of looking at that. Because they go, all ye come into the into the pen. You all coming under Jesus, and he'll take care of it. Because of course you're a sinner. We assume that you're a filthy rat. But just because you convert and come over into us, we're going to kind of take care of all of that. And basically, you're given grace. That's what grace means. You don't have it. You're given it. I'm totally against all this nonsense. This is exactly what exonerates the most vile, pernicious, vampiristic, psychically violent human beings that infest this planet, who are morally degenerate. And I will never bandy words anymore. I'm too old and long in the tooth for this. We are surrounded by people who have no good in them, merely they know how to act and mimic goodness. Morality is not something that is a bunch of good deeds that you perform in our society. It is a tremendous light that you carry within yourself, a virtue. This is the only English word that can ever, encompass it, is the term virtue. And I'm lucky I know many virtuous, deeply virtuous people. And, I like to seek out those kinds of people because they're lights into the world. But unfortunately, the rest of people are not quite on that level. And then if we go to what you were just saying, well then, okay, we can speculate about the idea that once a person has looked inside themselves deeply and do find out if they really want to do that homework, it's almost like a non-starter, because if you're really that dark, you're probably not going to want to look at yourself at all. You're going to be addicted to all the escapes that stop you looking at who you are. But just imagine for a moment that you did actually have some sort of contrition at some point, that something that happened in your life dramatically changed your way of thinking about yourself and your way of acting, and of course this has happened. This definitely has happened.
Mm-hmm.
Then there is that potential in the very few people that they might want to change. They might want to go through some sort of, metamorphosis.
Yeah.
And we have to hold that out. We have to hold that out as a potential to happen. But again, it's not going to happen because somebody else finds you out. There's no God looking at your dirty deeds. There's none of that. There's none of that. That's all your own conscience. Your own conscience is the one monitoring you. Your own conscience, if you have one, is the only voice that's trying to, improve your actions. And so that brings up again the whole question of psychology.
Absolutely.
But I do believe that people who are wrong, who've done wrong deeds, and who are immoral can change. I don't know. Parts of me sometimes think they can. I'm developing a lot of these ideas. I don't know. People, I'm always hearing about people who have done that. So
yeah,
you have to sort of believe that maybe it is possible. I don't know.
Absolutely.